Survivor has been airing for over 2 decades, and through the years, some of the game's alums have unfortunately passed away. Survivor first premiered in 2000, and has since become one of the most beloved reality shows still on television. Season 44 of the hit show is currently airing. Despite the latest season not yet being over, Season 45 is already set to air sometime in autumn 2023. Additionally, casting is currently underway for Season 47. There is no doubt that a competitor needs to be very strong, mentally and physically, in order to do well on Survivor. Many players that have succeeded on the competition series have gone on to compete on other reality shows as well, such as The Amazing Race and The Challenge. In fact, the first ever winner of the new reality show The Traitors was actually a past Survivor player. On the other hand, many past players have gone on to live average lives, never returning to the world of reality television. Survivor alums who have passed away will always be remembered. 13 Roger Sexton, Survivor, The Amazon. One of the earliest of the many players to compete on Survivor was Season 6's Roger Sexton. According to Gold Derby, Roger passed away in 2022, at the age of 76. For many years prior to his death, he had battled Lewy body dementia. While competing on the show, Roger was on the island for 21 days before being eliminated. The women of the season were afraid that he would not vote for a female to win, which ultimately led to his elimination. 12 Dan Lembo, Survivor, Nicaragua. Season 21's Dan Lembo also passed away in 2022. The Survivor alum was 75 years old when he died. The cause of his death was not released to the public. Dan was very close to becoming one of many winners, despite being 63 years old at the time. Of the 39 days, Dan stayed 37 days on the island before being sent home. 11 Clay Jordan, Survivor, Thailand. At the age of 66, in 2022, Season 5's Clay Jordan passed away. The season runner-up died due to an undisclosed illness. His daughter Shonda was the one to publicly share the news of his passing. While on the show, Clay ultimately lost the cash prize to fellow competitor and season winner, Brian Heidick. 10 Ralph Kaiser, Survivor, Redemption Island. Ralph Kaiser, who competed on Season 22 of the show, passed away in 2022. He died due to a heart attack. Ralph came in 9th place when he competed on Survivor back in 2011. During his show stint, his best Survivor game move was finding a hidden immunity idol. As for the series, he ultimately lasted 30 days on the island. 9 Sunday Burquest, Survivor, Millennials vs. Gen X. Season 33's Sunday Burquest passed away in 2021, after a year-long battle with 2 types of cancer, esophageal and ovarian. Prior to this, Sunday also fought a battle with breast cancer in 2012. Being 45 years old at the time, Sunday was the oldest female competitor of the Gen X tribe on her season. The Survivor competitor was 50 years old at the time of her passing. 8 Angie Yakush, Survivor, Palau. Angie Yakush lost a battle with cancer in 2021. Angie had been battling the disease for 3 years prior to her death. The 40-year-old had competed on Survivor Season 10 in 2005. At the time, Angie came close to becoming the first competitor eliminated during the season, but stayed a little longer. 7. Cliff Robinson, Survivor, Cagayan. Professional basketball player turned reality star, Cliff Robinson, passed away in 2020. Cliff died of lymphoma at the age of 53. 3 years prior to his death, Cliff also suffered from a brain hemorrhage. Despite having a successful basketball career, and being the first pro athlete to compete on the show, Cliff did not make it far in the Survivor game. He was the 5th player voted off the island. 6. Rudy Bosch, Survivor, Borneo, and All-Stars. One of the original players of Survivor, Rudy Bosch, passed away in 2019 at the age of 91, following a battle with Alzheimer's disease. Rudy was 72 years old when he competed on the very first season of the show in 2000, making him the oldest person to ever be cast on the series. Despite being the oldest competitor, Rudy came in 3rd place during his season. He returned for a Survivor All-Star season 3 years later, at the age of 75. 5. Ashley Massaro, Survivor, China. Days before turning 40 years old, in 2019, Season 15's Ashley Massaro passed away due to an alleged suicide. She wrestled professionally prior to competing on the show. Ashley may have been out of her element during the game. 4. Dan Kay, Survivor, Gabon. In 2016, Season 17's Dan Kay passed away unexpectedly at just 40 years old. His cause of death was not revealed. Coming in 11th place during the season, Dan was eliminated right before making it to the jury of his season. Therefore, he could not cast a vote for the season winner. 3. Caleb Bankston, Survivor, Blood vs. Water. Competing as a part of a Survivor duo alongside his fiancé, Colton Cumbie, Caleb Bankston was on the show in 2013. The cast of the season consisted of players who had a relationship with another player in real life. Caleb ultimately survived on the island much longer than his fiancé, as Colton actually quit the game early on. 1 year after competing, he passed away at the young age of 27, due to a tragic Alabama Warrior Railway derailment that occurred while he was at work. 2. BB Anderson, Survivor, Borneo. The 2nd player to ever be eliminated from the Survivor game, B. Anderson lost his battle with brain cancer in 2013. BB was 64 years old when he competed on Season 1 of the show in 2000. Sometimes ornery, he was the 2nd oldest player in that season. 1. Jin Leon, Survivor, Palau. Lastly, after a 5-year battle with breast cancer, Jin Leon passed away in 2010. Jin came in 4th place on Survivor Season 10, not long before her diagnosis in 2005. Over her 5-year battle with the disease, Jin found herself working closely with different organizations and foundations. She was promoting education and research about the disease. Source: Gold Derby.